Hi Aquarius, welcome to your weekly check-in for the 15th to the 21st of October. The books you can see here in front of you are from the Oracle decks I'm going to be using for today's reading. So I'm going to do things a bit differently for you. I'm going to get all your cards out and then I'll do the intro and I'll explain what's been going on. So let's get your tarot cards first of all. So we're starting off with the Spellcaster's deck, I believe it is. Let's give it one more shuffle. Okay, so what's Aquarius's main theme or focal point for the 15th to the 21st? We have the King of Swords. That's your card, an Aquarian card. What's your specific energy within this weekly check-in? You have the Death card. Okay. Any external or surrounding energies? The Ace of Pentacles. And any guidance for you as well. Right, I don't know if I should take both of those. So we've definitely got the Wheel of Fortune. And this is the Three of Swords. Do we need to take it? Nope. Okay. Right, I'm going to get your Oracle card. So we're going to get you a Vampire's card, if I can actually get it to come out of the deck, because I've been saying all week that I've found it quite awkward sitting at the desk to shuffle some of the bigger cards. But let's see if we can get it to come out. So what else does Aquarius need to know, like a summary or an overview, or just any extra information that will help? Okay, there we go. You've got two. You have seduction, allure, desire, manipulation, and you also have witness, to know personal evidence, to speak out. Let's get you a Sacred Power card as well. Okay. Right, you've got two. Oh, I'm not surprised that came out, I'll be honest with you. Communication and exploration. Okay. Not surprised about that one either, to be honest with you. Right, so Aquarius, I'm now going to do your intro after getting the cards out. So I believe this is about I think it's my 11th attempt to record your video. So you're my 4th reading for the week, so I'm warmed up. That's not a problem. I made around about 7 attempts yesterday to do the video. And I believe this is my 4th attempt today to do the video. So yesterday I kept on doing the intro. Most of it was me trying to do the intro and jumbling my words up and starting again, scrapping the videos and starting from scratch. There were a few times yesterday that I did record for about 10 to 20 minutes and then it's like I felt a blockage. I literally felt blocked when I was doing the videos this morning. I thought, so yesterday I got to the point where I'm like, I can't try anymore. I think I just have to stop and try again tomorrow. So I tried it this morning. The first intro I tried, I jumbled my words up, so I scrapped it. Second intro I tried, I literally felt like I was going to vomit as soon as I started speaking out of nowhere, so I had to stop recording. The last attempt to do the video, I probably got 10 to 15 minutes in, and then again I literally felt blocked. So it's like, am I meant to do the video? Is that part of the message? Is if you're experiencing any blockages, false attempts, anything like that? But it's been really, really strange. It's not unusual for me to restart videos if I feel something's not right, but not that many times, maybe 2, 3. Yeah, it doesn't usually take me 11 attempts to do a video, and yep, Aquarius is the 11th house. I realised that when I was just shuffling the decks, that it's the 11th house, isn't it? But anyway, right, so weekly check-in for the 15th to the 21st of October. So this weekly check-in, we're going to pay attention to Pluto going direct in Capricorn, which has already happened now. It happened at about 2:09 a.m. Wednesday, the 11th of October. You may know that I record my videos in advance, so it is actually the 11th of October today when I'm recording it. So Pluto, as you may know, rules Scorpio, which is connected to transformation, rebirth, regeneration, evolution, power, sex as well. Capricorn is typically connected to how we use material or physical resources. It's connected to structures, tradition, hierarchy, commitments and discipline as well. So collectively for everyone, we may experience or may observe themes where there are transformations relating to the Capricornian, if that's a real word, things. So like the traditions, structures, hierarchies, where and how we commit or where we're disciplined and how we use physical resources. For Aquarians, collectively, it's happening in the 12th house, which is connected to Pisces. So that's about ideals, spirituality and transcendence. If you want to get more specific, look at your own birth chart. I can say for myself as a Libra collectively, it's been relevant, and within my own personal birth chart as well, it's been very relevant that, where the transits have happened in each in the houses, in the relevant houses. But let's get into your message. So I'm not going to read communication or exploration from the book. Because as you may know, for the weeklies, it's like a condensed version of the monthly readings, but I am going to look at just a brief part of the Vampires cards. I do know what they mean, but let's just see what else we get from the book. So the seduction card, some of these cards, that came up in one of the attempts, death, and the King of Swords has come up in the other attempts as well. But let's see what happens in this particular reading. So seduction. So I'm just going to read you the blessing, curse and working with the card part of the book for the seduction card. So the blessing is, you are now able to discern much more clearly between people who are healthy for you and people who you would do well to avoid. You are no longer feeling guilty for saying no to attractive advances. The curse says it is time to reassess a friendship or the kinds of people and situations you find attractive. Are you inviting unwelcome dramas and situations into your life? Working with this card, you are able to resist unhealthy advances from manipulative people at this time. You are no longer available for others to make use of. Right, so as I was reading that, seeing the King of Swords, I'm just getting boundaries straight off. I'm not saying that's the only meaning to it, but that is a key word, boundaries. And that could be in many different ways. It could literally be that there are people that have taken the piss, basically, and you're setting boundaries with them. It could be to do with work. It could be to do with your family. It just could be the way you do things in general, where you're maybe the balance in your life, even of how you do things, how you spend your time, what you do. I'm just getting a sense of boundaries with that. King of Swords is a card of communication as well, isn't it? And you've got a communication card here, and then that says to speak out. So let's see what the witness card says. So, and it's not even to say that you don't have boundaries, because obviously the blessing of the seduction card was that you have them. It's just using them in a different way. But anyway, let's look at the witness card here. So the blessing says, the veils of illusion and deceit have lifted. While this can be painful, it is also a great blessing to know the truth. Do not doubt your experience. The curse says it can be tempting to protest against being lied to or hurt. Know that the road you are on will take you to many places, and this stop on the journey was necessary for you to take the next steps wiser. You are now free. There is no curse with this card at all. Working with this card, it says, know that what you have seen and felt is true. Another may deny that you have witnessed a true thing, but having seen and now knowing, you have a duty to never again lie to yourself. You need not make this truth your entire life, but never again lie to yourself. Accept the evidence of your experience and honour it within your heart and within your words. When wisdom demands you speak freely. There are some who would betray your confidence. Others will share your experience and become your kin when you share wisely. And who else would share more wisely than the King of Swords? I mean, the Queen of Swords maybe, but yep, the King of Swords would definitely share wisely. He would honour his truth. He is wise. He's known as being wise, and he's known for speaking freely, isn't he? So let's see what else comes up for that. Hopefully we get through this reading, because I was going to give up on the last attempt and say, oh, you know, let's just get all of the other ones done and come back. But there was just something in me that was like, no, you have to do this one. You have to do it. I don't know why that is. And strangely, I'm just looking at my notes on the houses, and it's Pisces has Pluto going direct in the 11th house, I believe, from what I can see on my notes, which is, yeah. Okay. Okay, I don't know why I noticed that all of a sudden. It does make sense because it's, yeah. Anyway, let's get into your clarifiers. So you also have an Aquarian card on the bottom of the clarifying deck as well, the star. Right, let's clarify that King of Swords and see where we are for your main theme. So we will take the Page of Cups. Okay, yeah, we'll take all of them. Page of Cups, Death again. And the only reason I'm taking these is because they landed on the King of Swords. Otherwise, I just would have put them back in the deck. We've got the Five of Cups and we have the Nine of Wands. So first word coming to mind when I saw the Page of Cups is expression. I mean, I know we've got cards relating to communication here, but expression. But this is expression from the heart, and it's quite innocent expression as well, and pure expression. It can be creative, it can be related to emotions as well. So there could be a transformation in the way that you express yourself, potentially here. I did mention themes of the Pluto going direct in Capricorn was connected to your, okay, actually 12th house. Page of Cups is Pisces, or can be connected to Pisces, can't it? Okay. Yeah, I believe it can be connected to Pisces. I mean, it isn't water sign, but Pisces specifically, dependent on whose information you follow. And I would say the Page of Cups is like an idealistic page. Well, all of them are idealistic in their own way, aren't they? But yeah, Page of Cups would be quite idealistic. But anyway, so there might be a transformation in the way that you express yourself emotionally, creatively. I will get a sub-clarifier for that Five of Cups. Let's see why the Five of Cups is there. We've got the Queen of Wands. What else do we need to know about that Five of Cups? It feels like things you've overcome, challenges that you've overcome. So I would say with the Queen of Wands, if you were someone, because the Page of Cups can be, as much as this is feeling like expression, the Page of Cups for me, out of all of the pages, I believe, I would feel would be the shyest one. Because the Page of Wands is just often ready to do whatever he wants. The Page of Pentacles is like ready to learn. They're the student. The Page of Swords is also ready to learn as well. Page of Pentacles, I think I was meant to say, would be ready to learn and put the effort in and put the work in. And the Page of Swords has a new truth and they're ready to learn. But for me, the Page of Cups would be the shy one, wouldn't they? So if in the past, if at any point in the past, it doesn't have to mean right now, it could have been when you were a kid, whenever, you felt shy or you felt like you've held part of yourself back, then this Queen of Wands for me now is where you let that part of yourself out. I'm getting an image and I can't, which deck is it? Let's see if I can get the deck quickly for you. She's reminding me of something from another deck at this point in time, and I think I'm going to drag all the cards down trying to get this out. You know what, I'm going to pause the video because I don't want to waste time doing this, so just bear with me. Right, I did find it, and I did actually knock out half the decks in the process. Right, it's this card, this wild card. This is what the Queen of Wands at this point in time is reminding me of. See that comparison there? It's just making me think if there's any part of yourself that you haven't let out yet, or you've just discovered, or I don't know, it's needing to come out. And it says in this book, this is the book for that, the card that I just showed you, there is a wild, untamed spirit inside of you, desperate to be unleashed. Free it and claim the gifts of energy, power, passion, and creativity it offers you. And that's what that Queen of Wands is making me think of at this point in time. I've said in quite a few readings that the world, for some reason at the present, makes me feel a sense of freedom. Yes, it is going into a new cycle, maybe having successfully completed a past cycle, which if there was a disappointment that you've overcome, then that's successfully completing a cycle, isn't it? Although, yes, there may have been disappointment and hurt there. if you've gone from that to that, then you've overcome something, haven't you? But yeah, it feels like freedom and freedom of expression even. You've got the Nine of Cups there. To me, that's giving a sense of freedom as well. Free to enjoy, free to feel. So yeah, that's what I'm getting from that. Let's look at this Nine of Wands as well and see what... He looks tense. That Nine of Wands looks tense. I mean, the King of Swords looks tense as well, to be honest. He's got a very stern expression, very serious. Looks like the kind of person that if you invited them to a party, you'd be wondering if they're actually going to enjoy the party, but you never know. But let's see what else we get for that Nine of Wands. So sub-clarify the Nine of Wands. Okay, that's a protective vibe, isn't it, with the Nine of Wands? Seven of Wands is protective in itself. Nine of Wands for me, I mean, yes, it can be about resilience and an energy of still standing. Sometimes it can feel for me a bit like resistance as well as resilience. It can be about resistance for me. This particular one looks more like reluctance, to be honest. And then I often say about the Seven of Wands in a lot of the decks. Well, this one in particular, I would say, looks like they're protecting something sacred. Let's see what comes after that Five of Pentacles. Ooh, the Tower, okay. So there is definitely a protective vibe here where if this is about expression, freedom of expression, yes, you may have overcome some challenges, but the confidence may not be 100% there. There may be a bit of concern about needing to protect yourself in some way, shape or form. I mean, if it was financial, say if it was creative expression and, I don't know, say if you wanted to pursue a creative path and try to make money from a creative path, but you're concerned about your financial stability, that would be one, just a very general example. But there's something very protective here and maybe a bit of worry about if you let this free, whatever this freedom or freedom of expression or whatever it is, if you let this free, something potentially could fall apart in the process. What else comes after that Tower? Yeah, you've got King of Pentacles. Is a card of stability. You're concerned that your stability is going to fall apart, potentially. Or whatever you've built, because the King of Pentacles builds, doesn't he? Is that going to fall apart? You could literally be worried about poverty. Anything else after that King of Pentacles? We have the Three of Cups. Anything after that Three of Cups? If you can actually see it on the screen at this point, try that again. Three of Cups, please. Following on from the Three of Cups, please. I don't know why I'm getting something about acceptance as well with that. I mean, Three of Cups is often about support. I mean, it could be feeling that maybe you won't have the support you need and that's why things will fall apart. But there is something, for some reason, something about acceptance. Will you be accepted? You've got the Queen of Cups there, who willingly expresses her emotions. You've got the King of Swords as well. And then you've got the Hierophant under that. Is there something that you're wanting to say or do and you feel like you're not sure if it will be accepted? It could be something big. It could be something small. What other cards have we got here? Death, Ace of Pentacles, the Wheel, and the Three of Swords tried to come out with the, or it kind of didn't. I didn't accept it. Came out with the Wheel as well, didn't it? Okay, I'm going to leave that there because I've spent a very long time on that and see if anything else comes out in the reading. I mean, it could be something where, say, if you were going to tell someone that you love them. I mean, you've got a lot of communication cards here. If you told someone that you love them, are you scared that it's going to, like, if it was a friend, for example, is it going to completely destroy the friendship? It's just one example. But anyway, let's take the sub-clarifiers and I can't remember what I've sub-clarified. Right, these were sub-clarifiers, weren't they? Well, I think this is the furthest I've got with your reading so far this week. So let's see how we get on. Okay, so there's a need to express. As I say, that's like a key theme, is a need to express. And there is a card here of transformation with that death card. Let's see what that is. That's your card. So maybe you are transforming at this point in time. Maybe the point of what may make you feel protective or reluctant, I think I said, is that whatever you're wanting is an ideal. Like maybe you have an ideal, and ideals are fragile, aren't they? In the sense that we can sometimes, well, for a start, if you're idealistic, and I've only just discovered this actually because I think I'm considered to be a millennial, and I saw an article that said one of the reasons that millennials hate their jobs and things like that so much is because millennials are one of the most idealistic generations of people. And I believe that. I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but I know myself, I've always been very, very idealistic. And people put ideals down a lot, don't they? People can really just shit on your ideals. So I can understand why it would be so fragile to put any ideals out there and express them if you have them. Right, let's move on to the death card. So that is a scorpionic card. Let's see what comes out for that. That's your energy specifically. So we have temperance here. It feels like transition with the temperance card. Magician, that is quite creative energy and changing things, creating things, adapting, I'm getting as well. And that is where you have skills and abilities that you can use to create whatever it is you want to create. But then you've got that Nine of Swords there again, that anxious kind of anxiousness around it. Anything else? Actually, temperance can be quite, you could consider that to be quite creative as well. I mean, it's alchemy, isn't it? It's both a magical kind of cards. Anything else? Maybe you're adapting your skills in some way, shape or form. Knight of Cups, that speaks of ideals as well. And I was just looking at that witness card with that, and it mentioned about speaking out on what you know. Maybe that is part of an ideal that you have, speaking out on what you know, what you've learned, and again, part of the ideals. Anything else for that? The Tower again. Okay, so let's sub-clarify the Tower again. Not with that many cards. Let's try that again. Your reading still does feel difficult for me, Aquarius. I mean, I'm doing better with it than I did the last attempts, but it still feels difficult. Let's sub-clarify the Tower. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised if you, in relation to this, whatever this is, that you've experienced some kind of blockages or uncertainty within it. Right, we've got the Fool. Sorry, the Fool, the Seven of Swords, and the Two of Swords, clarifying the, sub-clarifying the Tower. It almost feels like you, as much as I was saying previously that there's some uncertainty or there may be some anxiety there, it's almost like, yeah, two truths. I was going to say it's almost like two truths, and the Two of Swords is there. It's like you've got one side of you's anxious about it, but then with the Fool and the Seven of Swords, it's almost like you're ready for things, or prepared, or not prepared, but I don't know, I guess prepared is the only word I can think of. Not prepared as in literally I'm prepared for this to happen and I will do A, B, C, D if this happens, but it's like you're willing to take a risk. Seven of Swords, the Fool, ready to take a leap of faith. Like on one hand you're worried about it, but at the same time it's like, well, yeah, if this all goes to shit, then so be it, and I'll figure out how to deal with it when I cross that bridge, when I come to it, kind of thing. That's what it kind of feels like there. So I would say, so you got Death, that was your energy specifically. You are transforming. I would say you're transforming, and it could be in the way you express yourself, it could be in the way that you use your skills, it could be in whatever you create, it could be with your ideals. But yeah, there's those two sides, one of anxiety and one of being like, if it goes to shit, then, or if the old ways are obliterated and there's a new way of doing things, or things turn out differently from how I expected, then yep, I can deal with that as well. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. So your energy is one of transforming. That's what I'm getting. How you're dealing with things, whatever's happening, you're transforming within your circumstances. So external energies, Ace of Pentacles is opportunity, isn't it? There's an opportunity. And I guess the Wheel of Fortune is opportunity as well. But let's see what specifically we need to know for the Ace of Pentacles, Two of Cups. I'm hearing reconnect, or thinking reconnect, the World. Anything else? I'm wondering if you've had, like, whatever you're doing now, whatever changes, transitions, transformations are happening, if it was a long and hard decision to make. I'm actually wondering that because of just how complicated it's been to do the reading for you. I mean, Four of Cups is where you're stuck, isn't it? I'm not saying that's where you are now, but that is where there's a difficulty in making decisions, or choosing something, or rejecting things, or feeling apathetic, or it's just difficulty, isn't it, in moving forward. So I don't know. Three of Swords. So that looks like a sort of fear of getting hurt, potentially. Because if you've got the part here where you would need to make a choice, or there's an opportunity presented to you, and then you get the Three of Swords, that looks like a fear of getting hurt. Nine of Cups. Let's get a sub-clarifier for that Nine of Cups. Yeah, you may fear getting hurt and sort of worrying if something's going to be, considering if something's going to be satisfying and fair for you, or fulfilling and fair for you. Let's get one more sub-clarifier after that Nine of Cups. I mean, the obvious way to go with this would be a potential, this is an external energy. So there is the possibility somebody is offering you something. It could be romance related with the Two of Cups there. I mean, you'll know it's your individual situation. And obviously you had the Death card there. So if it was someone that you've known before, we haven't had Judgment come out, I don't think. But if it was someone that you've known before, and I did say reconnect, didn't I? I wasn't referencing it to romance initially, but if there's something about reconnecting here, then that would explain you being worried about getting hurt. But let's continue on from that Nine of Cups and Justice. Three of Pentacles, if it's going to work, if it's going to come together, if you're going to make it work. Let's get one more for that. Two of Swords, Two Truths again, in the same sort of placement. So you've got the worry on one hand, and then wondering if it's going to, sort of thinking about if it's going to make you happy as well, and if it's going to be fair, and if it's going to work. Okay. Right, okay. Let's look at this Wheel of Fortune as advice and see if we can actually get any advice, because it still just feels quite ambiguous at this point in time. So why is the Wheel of Fortune there? This is your advice. I mean, the first thing you would say, seeing that, is let the wheel turn, wouldn't you really? But let's see what else comes out for that. So do I take them? I'm not going to take them. I'm going to try that again. So as I mentioned, relationships, you've got that seduction card. I feel like I'm having deja vu with this about allure, desire, manipulation. I'm literally having deja vu. This happened in another reading. I don't know if it was yours or someone else's, where I mentioned if there was a past person who came in and there was a new opportunity with that person, but you were concerned if it was gonna be to your advantage, or if there's someone that could hurt you. Again, that's something to consider with that seduction card there. For some people maybe, but let's try again to see why the Wheel of Fortune is there. Right, we have the Moon, which is often about facing the unknown. Oh, what else did we get? We got the Ace of Pentacles, and we had the Eight of Swords. The thing that's coming to mind, and it matches with this actually, is oh God, it's gone. Don't allow fear to cause you to miss out on an opportunity. I mean, obviously, use your discernment to figure out if something is right for you and beneficial for you, but don't let fear stand in the way and prevent you from making a choice or seeing, because with the Eight of Swords, she's like stuck in her thoughts, blocking everything out. Don't let that stop you from going for an opportunity. If it does go to shit, just trust that you will be able to handle it. The Star is hope, isn't it? And the Eight of Pentacles is where you put the effort in and put the work in. Let's get sub-clarifiers for the Eight of Pentacles. So you've got the Ace of Swords and the Ten of Cups. It looks like once you put the effort in, or you start putting the work in and the energy into something, things become clearer. It won't be clear right now. Whatever risk there is involved in doing whatever you're doing, and the transformation and doing things differently, you won't see how it's going to progress until you actually do it, basically. Let's get another one after the Eight of Pentacles. Ten of Wands. Let's get another one. Right, so you've got the Eight of Wands in reverse. Queen of Cups, Five of Swords. For me, the Ten of Wands and the Eight of Wands together is, I can't think of the right word, inaction. It's inaction. With the Queen of Cups and Five of Swords together, it's a bit, for me, it feels like a bit of worry if you can trust how you feel, or if it's going to be like stabbing yourself in the back if you go for something and it goes, and there's the potential for it to go wrong. But again, as I said, the advice is sort of saying that if until you put the effort in, you're not going to know if it's going to, it's not going to be clear about how things are going to turn out. And then obviously once you put the effort in, if things look like they're not going how you want them to, then you can sort of course correct and change direction, or change how you do things and work things out like a work in progress. In fact, that's what I might call the video, a work in progress, because it still has a really weird, there's a really weird energy around it. I can't really put my finger on things. It just, I don't know, it just feels really odd still. And I feel like with this particular reading that even if I attempted it 5 more times, I would still get this weird energy around it. It just feels really odd. Really, really odd. Okay, so final advice, and I'm going to get you an oracle card, another oracle card as well. So don't let fear prevent you from taking or seeing an opportunity. Have hope, and it won't become clear. Everything won't be clear until you actually put the effort into things. Okay. So let's see what your final bit of advice is. Hopefully something very helpful. So I'm going to use the Oracle of Shadows and Light for this one. And you know what I've just realized as well? Well, not just realized. I know Pisces is in the 12th house. The connection with that is it can be things that are unseen as well, can't it? And illusions and things like that. And it's connected to the moon, which is about fear. So the confusion element of this reading, I suppose, it's not that, yeah, in a weird way, it probably does make sense, but I don't know. I don't think I've done a reading that's felt as weird as this before and attempted it so many times. And as I say, I feel like even if I attempted it more times, it would still, I could be wrong. I can't predict that how the reading would turn out. But yeah, it just feels like this is the energy and I've just got to deal with it the best I can. That's how it feels. And maybe that's the point for you as well of what the energy is like. This is, it's a weird energy, a weird situation, and this is the best you can do at this point in time. So any final advice from the Oracle of Shadows and Light for, I was going to say Capricorn then, for Aquarius? Release your power. Address of Alchemy, release your power. And I will read that message. And you know what? I know why I made myself, well, not made myself, why I was determined to do this reading. Because of that energy of confusion or whatever it is, that weird energy. I think if I tried to do the other readings with this energy, it would carry through into those other readings, and it would probably block them too, if I'm going to be honest with you. So on the bottom of the deck, you've got Autumn is my last chance, please don't lose hope. But let's look at this Stress of Alchemy. Release your power card from the Shadows and Light deck. So it's number 33. So I'm going to read the whole message for you. It is a bit long, but it's fine. So it says, you have powerful energy when this beautiful being shows up in your readings. You have strong, powerful, vibrant energy that changes lives, and with that comes great responsibility. Some people may be eroding their own energy fields with blame, discontent, and choosing the same destructive patterns over and over again. When this being walks in, she shows that it is possible to change deeply and truly and to become clear, bright, strong, healthy, and very powerful in terms of your energy. She understands the responsibility and has worked consistently and with great discipline and earnestness to be able to create. The eyes in her wings make it impossible to hide from the truth of who you are. She speaks, it is time for you to celebrate who you truly are at this time, to acknowledge that you have some energetic debris that needs to be cleared. And when you do this, the gold of who you truly are will shine through, just as these alchemical symbols shine from my dress. It is no longer possible in this new energy to hide who you are. You must take the time to be truly yourself. There is no cloak to hide within, as you can see. This dress I wear reveals all my magics and all my secrets. The secrets and the wisdoms of the ages are being revealed now more than ever before. When you have cleared your energy field of the guilt, the fear, the jealousy, and the envy, you will be able to shine brightly too. The divination message says, please take time to clear from your own sacred energy field jealousy, envy, fear, and guilt. Once you are clear, welcome in bright, strong, powerful, healthy energy. After this has taken place, expect symbols and signs to pour in. Keep your energy strong and bright and follow the signs. When your energy is strong and bright, when you come from a place of love, courage, and wisdom, you will attract the right signs and will not be misled. Do not expect to have no change after her arrival. Relationships and situations based on ego-centered concepts containing toxic energies will fall away naturally, and you will now ask for your worth. This is not hubris, in brackets overweening pride, it is self-love in action. Right, okay, interesting that it speaks of energetic debris, which I was needing to be cleared. As I kept saying, it just felt really confusing, so I don't know. And remember this card as well, because that feels relevant, about releasing your power too, within this somehow. So if anybody is feeling really confused, or I mean just in general, I'm always happy for you to leave your comments, but in particular it would be interesting if there is some confusion or anything going on out there, because this, as I say, this is just the weirdest reading I feel like I've ever done since I've started the channel. I can't even explain it, but as I said, I felt like if I didn't do this one, it would be on my mind and it would be in my energy and I wouldn't get the other readings done. I think I'd be stuck with the rest of them, so I had to do it, even if it's felt weird for me to do and it's weird for you to watch. But as I say, as usual, thank you for watching the video. Please feel free to leave your comments. If you want to like or share the video, do so, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you'd like to do that as well. But until the next video, take care.